All right, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we talk about how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And I'm your man, KTJ, and I'm the host of the show. And so we're glad to be here. Glad you guys are here. And we're going to get it popping, get it going. And I got a little bit of a feedback here, but we'll get it together. All right, here we go. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you had a great day. So we're getting into it today. We're talking about making him chase you. I've been hearing a lot of horror stories about women who find themselves on the chase, find themselves calling, find themselves texting, doing all the texting, doing all the calling. Why isn't he calling me? Does he like me? Does he want me? All of these things. And I'm telling you, you shouldn't have to be in the position of chasing a man. A man should be actively pursuing you. And so, but here's the thing. I'm hearing it also where a lot of women are saying, yeah, these men, they should be chasing me. But I'm telling you this. Let me tell you this. You have to give a man a reason to chase you, and he will. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about in the show today. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. We've got a lot of show to go, and we've got lots of good topics to cover here. So let's get into it. So chasing a man. Here's a couple things that I need for you to understand about the masculine man, the masculine being, right? Masculine men desire to have something to chase, right? Designed to conquer, designed to bring together, right? I've heard it said, I don't know if it's exactly true, but even the term husband gives the connotation of house band, one who brings the house together, right? You don't have a house, you don't have without a husband. You know it's tough sledding, right? It's tough keeping things together. But having a man, this the positioning of that man brings favor, right? And so, but a man desires to conquer, right? Desires to hunt, desires to accomplish, right? It's inside the DNA of the man, right? And so it just shows that there should be no reason why a woman is doing all the pursuing, all the what are we doing, where are we going, all the directing, right? So how do you turn that around? How do you get a man that you desire? Now I want to preface this now, because what I'm going to tell you tonight could be used for evil as well as for good. It can go either way. Now, I want to encourage you to use what I'm going to tell you tonight for good and not for evil. Because if this is a man that you just want to play around with, you're not really taking it seriously, you could damage this man and his future for a long time. If you play around with a guy like this with what I'm going to tell you tonight, and you're not serious about him, and you don't want him for the long haul, you just want him for the right now, and you want to get all you can out of him, right? I've seen these guys go on a tear after a woman has broken their hearts and broken them down and left them for dead, for emotional dead. I've seen these guys go on a tear, and they'll blow through 50 women, treating them all like trash, right? And so don't do that. Only be, if you're serious about really finding your ideal, the man of your dreams, your ideal partner, then what I'm going to tell you tonight is going to work for you. Don't use it for evil, use it for good. All right. So let me set the stage for you. There's 4 things that you need to pay attention to when it comes to the male mind, right? If you're going to engage him, if you want to have his attention on you, there's 4 things that you have to pay attention to. You have to engage his eye. You have to engage his mind. You have to engage his body, and you have to engage his heart. Okay, so let's start with the eye, right? As you might know already, men are visual creatures. A man can fall in love with his eyes on something that he thinks he's in love with, that he don't even really know if he's in love or not, right? A man can fall in love with his eyes. Just his eyes alone can take his heart, take him off into a direction, right? So I tell fellas, watch it with the eyes, because everything, all that, my grandma said, all that glitters is not gold, and it won't be all good for you. All right. So, but a man, you have to engage a man with his eyes. So that means if you want the man of your dreams to come after you, you have to look good. You have to look good. I'm talking about like stunning. I'm talking about make the room go quiet when you walk in. You ever see the movies where the woman walked in the door and everybody turned and looked? Now, of course, we can't guarantee none of that's going to happen, but you need to at least be going in that direction to be stunning in this man's eyes. Because listen, this is what men have conversations with other men. Y'all know that my background is in working with men. That's how I got here, right? And I've heard what men think when men get together in their circles in the back room in the corner, right? Talking about that girl. And some women they talk one way about, and then some women they talk a whole different way about. I want to help you be the woman that he can't stop talking about, because she is the woman he wants, right? And let me pause for a minute, because there's somebody who's like, well, Kel, what you doing, giving away all the men's secrets, or whose side are you on, right? I'm on everybody's side, right? Because I know that a man really does desire to have to go after something that he deems is a prize. And every woman is not a prize. So I'm teaching y'all tonight how to be a prize. Okay. All right. So engaging his eye, you have to look good. When you know that you're going to see him, right? You got to get yourself together, right? Get the dress, get the outfit that shows your best features. Y'all know what I'm saying? Get your outfit, get your hair done, get your look on, get your makeup right. Why? Because you must engage his eye if you're ever going to get to the heart. There's no getting to the heart before you get to the eye. Okay? All right, so it's the eye. Then it's the mind. You have to be able to engage a man's mind, right? How do you know if you're engaging a man's mind? You know that you're engaged in a man's mind if he tells you this: I've been thinking about you. You were on my mind. This is something that I teach my clients, right? Some of my female clients, how to keep yourself on a man's mind. I'm telling you, one of the greatest techniques, I'll call it a technique, is the open loop, right? It's the open loop. It's the to be continued. You ever watch the show and it gets good and the guys get ready to jump off the cliff and it goes, boom, to be continued, right? You're like, no, I gotta wait. They don't do that. They don't do that a lot nowadays. They just go to commercial and say, and when we come back, we're going to tell you something you really want to know and you don't want to miss it, right? It's a cliffhanger. You should leave a man with a cliffhanger in his mind, wondering about you, wondering, does she really, did she enjoy the date? Is she like me? Is this going to go somewhere? Am I going to see her again? I'm going to talk to y'all about how to make all of that happen right here tonight. All right. All right. So here we go. Let's go to number 3, engaging his body. Engaging his body. If you want to get the man to chase you, the man to decide he wants you, and let me tell y'all something. When a man decides he wants you, that guy is willing to move heaven and earth. Once a man really decides, I want you, a guy will move heaven and earth. He will stop all things to get the woman that he really wants. But there's some pitfalls that can happen. We're going to talk about that as well a little later. Stay tuned, you guys. And number 4, we're talking about engaging his heart. Once you've engaged his eye, once you've engaged his mind, once you've engaged his body, I'm talking about touch, engaging his body. I didn't get too in depth on that. Let me back up on that. Let me go back to engaging his body, right? Engaging his body means intimate touch. Now, I'm not the person to tell you how far to go when you're intimate touch, but I'm talking about intimate touch. Intimate touch could be this right here. Intimate touch could be rubbing his head. Intimate touch can be whatever you deem you're comfortable with as far as intimate touch goes. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. And number 4 being engaging his heart, meaning that he has the desire to be with you and can't even imagine living his life without you. Okay. You fit right into the plan of what he thought he would want in a woman, in a girlfriend, in a wife, and that's you. So let's talk about it a little bit more. So let's get into a little bit more details on this, right? And so let's say you're going out on a date, right? Here's the dating situation. You're going out on a date. You're going to be seeing this guy. For one thing, he has asked you out for a date. Y'all met at the grocery store, right? You met over the apples. Y'all know I always talk about the apples. he was getting some gala apples, and you was like, no, you better get them pink ladies, right? Y'all had a good talk, have a conversation. He's like, hey, I would like to talk to you more. How can I see you? When's a good time for us to get connected again? Can we get connected again? What's your number? Give me your number, whatever he says. Y'all exchange numbers, and he says, you know what? I want to take you out. Oh, you want to take me out? Okay, well, call me, whatever. Y'all set it up. In the setup, listen to what I'm saying. In the setup is the beginning of the chase. In the setup is the beginning of the chase. Okay? If you text him and tell him what restaurant you want to go to, where what you like to do, it's you. Okay, so let's do that. Look, hold on. Wait a minute. Encourage him, or just at least allow him to set up the scene, set up the date, right? A man should do the setting up of the date. And yes, this has been a talk too. A man should pay for the date. Okay? Right? That's what I teach to my guys. Look, I tell the guys, look, she is coming to your living room of life. So you should be doing all the inviting. Okay. You should be doing all the press. She should be coming to you and you are inviting, you're telling her where to go, where we're going to meet, like what time, what spot, everything, handling everything. Right. Okay. So you go on this date, you have a great time. Okay. He needs, you don't do the, I even like the idea of allowing him to call you or text you to see if you had a good time. You can text back. You can text back, but I'm telling you, as you're engaging this guy, you have to be thinking that, okay, the chase has begun, right? The chase is I talked a little bit about okay, we can follow the plan here. The eye, right? On the date, did you come out looking like a star? Did you come out looking like Payal? Right? Because if you did, put a check mark in there for yourself. This is we talking about making him chase you. This is how you make a man chase you. And for those guys that might watch and say, why are you teaching that? I'm telling you, because men actually do want to have something to chase. Right? Did you engage his eye? All right. Did you now engage his mind? It's the mind time. It's the time. You can tell him, you can send him a message and say, hey, I really enjoyed seeing you. I really enjoyed the fact that you, listen to this, follow this, y'all. The fact that you called me, you set up the date, you were a gentleman, you brought me to a beautiful place, you helped me have an amazing time, and I am really impressed by you. Now, what did I just do, y'all? Listen, this is part of the chase, right? Because you are teaching him that you pay attention. Some people just think, oh, well, he took me on a date and hey, this is what a man should do. This is what men are tired of that. Men are tired of that. You want to really get this guy to be into you and to chase you? Pay attention to the little things that he did. Look, pay attention to the process of what he did and praise what you saw. I really liked the way you held the door for me when I came in. I felt like a lady in your presence. I felt like a beautiful woman in your presence. So you're talking about how he made you feel. We're talking about making him chase, how he made you feel. So this is engaging the mind. The call after is the engaging of the mind, right? Maybe the next time you see him, you might talk about what happens with the engagement of the body, or that might be on a date. I don't know how y'all get down, right? But I like the idea of, if you like this guy, that you are walking down the street with your arm in his arm, right? Letting him feel like a protector. I'm telling y'all might think that this stuff is small and insignificant, but I'm telling you, it's the thing that stays in a man's mind when he's trying to figure out if you are the one. You pay attention to detail. You're engaging his mind, engaging his body, walking down the street together, arm in arm, hands clamps or whatever. Now, somebody might say, well, I don't know him. I'm not going to be walking arm in arm with some man that I just met. If you met him, if you know him, if you're comfortable enough to meet him out for dinner, right? You should be comfortable enough to walk arm in arm with the guy. Like that, that's what you showed up for. Because he knows, and what most men know, and you can even remind him if you need to, most men know that he is responsible for you. Look, I hope somebody's catching this stuff. I hope somebody's getting. I hope somebody's taking notes on this, right? At least take some mental notes. Anytime a woman is in a man's presence in a dating relationship, they ain't even got to be together. You don't even have to be together, right? Just walking down the street together, a man automatically knows he is responsible for you, right? I can remember, I talk about this sometimes. I remember I was walking down the street with one of my business partners, right? Walking down the street with one of the business partners, and there was this guy who was, I guess he was probably homeless or whatever, sitting on the ground, He saw her coming, right? Beautiful, beautiful lady. He saw her coming and he got up to engage her. Oh, Miss Kitty, do you have you have some change? Or I don't know what he was asking, right? But it didn't matter. Because guess what I did? I stepped in front of her and was like, "Ho, bruh, you're a little too aggressive." Right? I'm like, no, bro, me. He. But listen, men know this already. Men know this already, right? And so now she wasn't even my woman, right? But she was a woman, and she was a woman in my presence. So I felt responsible for her. And if anything happened out on the street and she's with me, then it's on me to take care of whatever's going to happen. All right. And so it is on the, let's say you're meeting that guy on a date. You're engaging his body, right? You're walking arm in arm, hand in hand, whatever it is you do, right? Engaging him. And then, however you, now listen, with the engaging his body, I'm saying whatever level of intimacy you feel comfortable with. Whatever level of intimacy you feel comfortable with, engaging his body. Now, I'm telling you, I'm encouraging you not to sleep with the man on the first date, right? If you want, listen, we talking about having a man make him chase you. If you give a man, y'all, this is a writer downer, y'all. If you give a man everything he wants, you will not get everything you want. If you give a man everything he wants, I guarantee you, you will not get what you want. All right. So you engage in the body, right? Then you're talking about engaging the heart, right? Now, engaging a man's heart takes time. It takes time. It takes patience, right? Because you go out with the man. Let's say you did decide to go as far intimacy wise as you desired. You're a grown person. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just encouraging you. Okay. I can tell you this. If he enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. I can tell you this. If you see him again, guess what's going to be on his mind? He's going to be deciding what kind of woman you are and what kind of category to put you in. And a man will put you in a category real quick. And most of the time it's a category that you don't like, right? So I like a little space after the date. So a man don't think that this is just the ride that he gonna ride, right? Because why? Because you need him to chase you. You need a man who desires you. And a full lion will never hunt. Did y'all hear what I said? A full lion will never hunt because he's already full. All right. So let's take it a step further. You know, there's a lot of people who say that they're ready for relationships, but I gotta ask the question: do you know what you want? Do you even know what you want? Look, because none of this works if you don't know what you want. None of this works if you are unclear on who's going to be right for you. Now, this guy that you want to chase, are you sure that you want this guy to chase? Because listen to this. Once you are in a man's mind, I'm talking about in his mind. I'm talking about he wakes up thinking about you and goes to bed thinking about you. Right? Once you get to that place that it is boom, he's got you locked in his mind, and he's getting hungry for you. That's a powerful place to be. So you want to make sure that this is the person you want to go there with. But I'm telling you, so with this chase, it's a tennis match, right? It's a tennis match. But I'm telling you this. Too much access granted, it deadens the desire. If you give a man, if a man thinks that he has you, he stops desiring you. If he thinks he already got you and he can, and you turn into the Tuesday night girl very rarely ends up being the forever woman. The Friday night special very rarely ends up being the forever wife of his dreams. So listen, if you want him to chase you, it is a little bit of a push and pull. It's a little bit of letting him know, look, I desire you too. I find you very attractive. I find you to be an amazing man. I find you to be somebody that I would want to be with. Right? But then you got to pull back, because if he thinks you all, if you're a little too thirsty, right? He thinks you'll drink anything. Follow me, y'all. Follow me. If you act too thirsty, a man will think that you'll drink anything. And once he thinks you'll drink anything, where are we going from there? Now that's how you end up being a Tuesday night girl. So we don't need any more Tuesday night girls, right? You don't want to be a Tuesday night girl, Friday night girl. You want to be with the man of your dreams and have him hungry to be in your life and to have you as his woman or his wife. All right. All right, you guys, look, hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell. I need everybody to hit that like button and follow this work. Look, drop a comment on this video if you liked it, if it was pretty cool, you got something from it. Drop a comment here, and there's more to come. Y'all have an amazing night. Talk to you soon.